issues with Boohoo. So the first issue we're looking at is, I think it's the issue of sustainability and the overuse of plastic. We'll just have a quick video.
The overuse of plastic does not concern just the government or the company.
Is it not a catch? Is it not? The audio is not coming.
Is there a way to get an audio through here?
Can you hear it?
Concern just the government or the companies, but also consumers are worried about the amount of plastic used in every delivery. We decided to ask on Instagram what the public thinks about this issue, and more than 84% of people agreed that using recyclable materials was key. Companies such as Topshop, ASOS, H&M, Pretty Little Thing, and in this case Boohoo, are all using plastic bags to deliver their items to the end user. However, some companies such as Arket, the sustainable brand under the H&M group, Zara, or designer brands like Sandro are already trying to change this by using recyclable boxes.
Like the video says, if we go on to our next slide, we did an online poll of all of the Instagram followers that we have, and a major lot of our following said that there was too much plastic in the Boohoo packaging, or that they tried to recycle all of the plastic packaging that they get. These are feedback from Twitter posts from all over the world about the horrendous use of plastic, and about how Boohoo have recently changed their materials that they use. So they've now wiped out using wool completely and have focused just on man-made synthetic materials, which is a major unsustainable element of what they're doing. Boohoo have retaliated by, in some cases, just removing their tweet completely. Okay, yeah, sorry. No, it's fine, this one.
And also we're going to be discussing the report quality. Actually, I'm going to stay here because it's a bit fast. And again, we looked on social media as well as some review tools as well, and the quality is just thin, it just doesn't fit right. The materials, as Ella mentioned, are not cotton, they're not raw materials, they're not, they're all synthetic. And then same with sizing, even the pregnancy where it doesn't fit right. All the comments are overwhelming. You have a pair of jeans there, size 14 and a size 8. How could that be possible? You know, and then these are the different shops in the UK and how the sizing is, and it's so different depending on the brand. And we have another video for you. Talk about sizing and quality.
This video will discuss the current issues that Boohoo consumers have experienced after purchasing their clothing range, one being sizing and another one being quality. Although Boohoo works hard to provide the perfect fit for everyone, as well as making the outfits appealing to the consumers by creating special ranges including different styles of jeans as seen in the video. The growth of Boohoo's ranges has massively grown over the years, including plus size and curve, petite, tall, maternity and men's. However, consumers notice that although they have a wide selection, they do not offer the same clothing item for each range, creating disappointment, such as the case of Zendaya's range, promising the launch of size 2 to size 20 in all of her collaborations. Consumers were very disappointed as Boohoo could not meet what they promised and only releasing few sizes. On the other hand, many influencers have posted many pictures and videos about their poor quality and sizing, such as this influencer from Leeds complaining about having to go 2 sizes up from her normal size 8, as the jeans would not go up her thighs. We also wanted to ask our friends on social media what they thought about Boohoo sizing, and 90% of the people voted that they didn't know what size to pick from the website. Let's take a look. If we were ordering a pair of straight leg jeans and using their sizing tool, what size they will recommend, considering I'm height 164 centimeters and my weight is 51 kilograms. I usually wear Levi's size 24, UK 4.
Pass? But that's what. Let's try. Yep.
Okay, on to the next one.
So, well, sorry, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, just go.
Right, so we need 2 volunteers. Are you happy to do it? Yeah, come. So I need 1 to cover her eyes and 1 to just come and touch. So you cover your eyes and you're going to touch our t-shirts and decide which one is better quality. So just, yeah, so you have 1 here first. Yeah. All right, you have another 1 here. Yeah, and you go here, have the next one. So which one felt better and which one felt worst? First?
The second one.
Second one, the best. And the worst?
Maybe the first one.
Okay. And what about you?
Okay, so visually,
This visual, yeah?
Kind of
yeah,
visual.
that's the best one, and I think that it seems like that's the worst.
That's the worst. Okay, so I'm wearing full Arket Sustainable. Charlie's wearing full Boohoo, and Ella is wearing full H&M. It's all similar looks, but very different quality and fit.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you.
Now the third issue we're going to look at is the poor aftercare and the customer service. So what we found throughout our primary and our secondary was that Boohoo, like we've already touched on, is really bad at the kind of aftercare. So on places like Trustpilot, on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, and what we found as a kind of correlation was that you'd get half-baked apologies, they wouldn't offer to refund anything on some cases, and in some rare cases they just wouldn't reply at all or they'd remove a comment. And what this basically did was that it kind of alienates the consumers. So if I'm going to purchase something from you, I want to feel like if there's an issue, you're going to solve it straight away. And what that does is it leads to a consumer disconnect, and then that leads to a loss of business. So we keep going. Sorry. So yeah, these are just some of the examples. This is Trustpilot, so really poor experiences. You can come to the next one as well. Same again with the Trustpilot, kind of the returns policy. You have to, Boohoo, go through a returns portal. Again, this is, well, we'll touch on this in kind of the recommendations, but that's kind of a really big thing, that just trying to return your clothes can be a pain in itself. So yeah, and again, kind of what we've done with our primary research is finding that obviously other brands like kind of ASOS and H&M, where the quality is higher, where there's less kind of struggle to get your stuff returned if you need to, people are going to go there more and more because it's quality over quantity. And again, yeah. So, no, that's right, no. So moving on to our kind of recommendations from this. So for the first one, at the moment, what basically Boohoo does is they implement database marketing, which is they mass email everyone, and it's always the same offers, and it focuses on trying to maximise as much profit as possible, which can kind of leave people feeling kind of disconnected, underwhelmed and overlooked. Because, for example, when I purchased this, the next day I got an email from Boohoo offering me 50% off sundresses, 20% off sunglasses, and while I'm glad for it, it's not tailored to me. It's right for the girls, and then exactly, there's no kind of disconnect there. So one of the recommendations that we came up with is that they could offer a tailored relationship marketing kind of campaign, which means basically that people can, you know, it focuses more on customer retention and quality over profit maximisation. So basically it means improving your customer aftercare. It means kind of providing that. So if I'm buying, I bought off ASOS last week for an Aztec print. For the next 3 days I got Aztec prints recommended to me, which is again a lot more tailored for me, which is going to get me to come back more often. And then the next recommendation that we had That's right, no worries. Is stocking conservative clothing. So brands like Nike at the moment do hijabs, niqabs, things like that, but Boohoo doesn't, which is obviously a really big issue, because if they're looking to penetrate this kind of now high power distance areas or countries such as like the Middle East or Asia, then they're going to need to be able to kind of fulfill the needs and wants. Yeah, absolutely. So they need to do that, otherwise they can risk creating a competitive disadvantage with brands such as ASOS, who've now started doing niqabs and hijabs. And then another one was the aftercare, which we touched on a few seconds ago. At the moment, both ASOS and Next, in every package you receive, you get a returns label, which means you can rip it off, pop it on the bag, go down to a post office and post it free of charge. Now that in itself is a bit of a struggle, but at least it's free of charge. With Boohoo and the Boohoo portal, you have to go on to their site, put in a tracking number, print something off, go to the post office, get it sized, pay for postage, and then you might get your money back. And ASOS goes one further, whereby if you print off the Hermes label, you can put it outside your house, and in the morning after you've received something, a Hermes courier will come and pick it up for free from your house and take it away. Now that for me is a big thing, because it means if I order £100 worth of stuff, I've not got to pay £20 return fee and then get that back through some distorted channel. So what they're doing at the moment is that's just adding quality to the brand. And for me, I'm going to purchase from ASOS a hell of a lot more than Boohoo if I feel like if there's any issues, I can get it resolved within a day, as opposed to Boohoo where you're looking a week, maybe 2 weeks of postage.
Also, just adding on that, ASOS, for example, offers an amazing customer service throughout social Twitter, for example, accounts. So that's obviously a huge advantage and very
100%, yeah, social media, definitely.
Yeah. So my recommendation for the sustainability issue that we have, they've got an app, Boohoo have got an app called a Regain app, where you can bag up your old clothes and send it back. But again, you have to download and register on a completely different app, even though you've probably already got the Boohoo app. Pay for the postage in the post office. You get a discount code, but like Charlie said, he's been sent a 50% off email straight away after purchasing, 35% off student discount, so that's really neither here nor there. Another recommendation was to the plastic bags that we get in our clothing was to bag them up and send them back to Boohoo so that they can reuse them for the next customers. They can reduce the amount of packaging they probably have to buy or ship in from wherever. Or widely recycled and better used cardboard box and paper. So obviously we use cardboard boxes for a lot of stuff nowadays. There's not much that we can use thin plastic bags for. Another recommendation for sustainability would be to stop using the synthetic material that they've decided to now shift towards, and the man-made chemical ridden materials, and use something that Pinatex is now using called banana silk. So they get the banana peel and they refine the fibres to make this sort of material that they can start making their clothes that are completely sustainable, recyclable, 100% environmental free. In fact, it removes the banana peel from landfill and whatever have you.
So following Ella's as well about sustainability, the issues with Boohoo's quality is also all the materials are synthetic. So if they're not going to change that and go back to using cotton, they could use at least recyclable polyester, for example, like all the brands are doing at the moment. And also about sizing, obviously that's a massive issue at the moment. It's not fair that you go and choose your size, you bring it home and you can't,
when you should be a size 10, you had to buy a size 14.
You had to have size 14. That's really not. If they have a curve range, yes, but I'm not curved and I have to buy, a size 12. That's not right. So yeah, just be. I think our recommendation was to follow the half sizes, like all the brands, like Levi's, for example, using size 24, 25, which is a middle size, 26, because I don't think people is a size 4, 6, or 8. They could be a size 9. They could be a size 7. So I think giving a wide range of in between sizes is very important, and that will give a lot of body confidence as well. And yeah, that's our
Any questions? Sorry.